Hey everyone, it's the House Mouse here. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining and welcome new subscribers. I'm so glad all of you are here. So, I mentioned in my last video that I would like to tackle some projects that have been in limbo for just far too long, and I thought we'd start with this little purple journal here. I must have begun work on this, at least 6 to 8 months ago, so it's long overdue. So let's take a look. So far I've just taken it out of the plastic sleeve that it was in, and it had a few little embellishments and some purples and blues scrapbook paper, and I think this was a gift from someone many years ago. So I think just for today I would like to take a look at where things stand, remind myself of how far how far I got with this little journal, and think about, what steps we'd like to do next. So let's see. So I did make some ephemera for this little journal. Let's see. Here, let's put this to the side for a minute. I cut out this little, I hope you can see it. Here we go. I cut out this little dragonfly from, I think it was an advertisement in a magazine. So I thought that might work well on a topper for the front of the journal. So let's put that carefully to the side. And before I start, let's just tell you how big this is. So this was a hardcover book. I gutted the contents from the inside, and it is about 6 inches by 6 3/4. So not quite a square, but pretty close. And let's just take a look in. Let me just make sure you're in frame here. So I did sew the signature in. It is not the greatest job. It's a little off center, but that's okay. I put some pockets in the front and in the back. And I did, before I sewed the signature in, I did line the spine with some pretty fabric on the inside. And then after I sewed the signature in, I gave it some lace along the spine here. So this is just some vintage, or it could even be antique lace that I found at a rummage sale. So we'll just take a quick flip through and see. And again, this is just fairly eclectic. Although, I am, trying to use kind of these jewel tones of the purples and the blues and the indigo here. So I have this page here. I added a little tab, just some sketch paper here, some book page. This is a beautiful image from a calendar. And I added, oh, look at that. I added a little pocket here, like a little library style pocket with a little tag. Okay, so some things have been done already. Let's see. Some Stamperia scrapbook paper, which is always so beautiful. Some more craft paper. This is a book page from, it's a Crazy Quilt book, and it has some beautiful illustrations and diagrams in it. Just a little, folded up this page here on 2 sides, and I've added a little tag and a little journal card. Those are both backed. Okay, so this little book might not need a lot at all, but let's just keep looking through. I've used this little tag as a tab here. That's nice, but it can still be written on in the back. And of course, any blank spaces can be written on as well. Let's see. Okay. And then, just checking on the time, folks. And then we have a tea-dye page here. We have another book page here with a fun illustration of a teapot. Let's see. In the middle, ooh, I forgot about these. So these are just illustrations from a chocolate cookbook. Of course, they can be written on the backs, and these I hinged together with a piece of fabric along the back. So here's the other side of the book page. I added a little button, a little piece of fabric. And here are the other sides of those pages. Little page from a floral book. I added a little embellishment with, it's a faux mini envelope. Okay. So, the other side of the scrapbook paper. And anywhere that I felt that the pages would not stand up to use, I did line them with some washi tape to give them some extra strength. Okay. And then here, another pocket here with a tag, a little journal card from that same Stamperia pad. Let's see if I can slide these back in. Okay, there we go. This is the other side of that calendar page, and I added a fussy cut of a hummingbird to kind of go with the hummingbird on the image. Okay, and then on this back page I used a little piece of fabric for a tab. Okay, so not bad, actually, not bad at all. Let's take a look at the things I had stuffed inside here. Let's carefully bring it over. So put this to the side. So there's our dragonfly, and then I just have some more, looks like tags and mini journal cards. And again, these were made out of images from a Crazy Quilt book, and I think they're just gorgeous. So let's see, we'll have to think about maybe some more pockets for these. It looks like everything has been backed already. And yeah, another journal card with some florals, and this is just an image, I think, from a gardening book. And, well, oh, I stuck a coin envelope in here. Maybe that's something that we need to decorate at some point and just tuck in here and see if, actually, I wonder, no, oh, look at that. So these coin envelopes are a good option for maybe some more tuck spots and pockets. And then I have these little tags here as well. So let's see. Let's take a closer look. So I think I wanted to maybe also use these little policy closure envelopes. These are just little vellum envelopes. I think I've had them for, I want to say maybe 25, 30 years in my stash. So because they went so well, I think I stuck those in there with the other items. And here we'll take a quick look at this paper pad. So there's some really interesting papers in this one. This is really beautiful. Maybe we can use this for some pockets as well. So just take a look at the rest of the items. If you hear a scraping sound, we had another snowstorm today and my neighbors are trying to dig themselves out. So nice big polka dot there. Okay. Lots of glitter. These look like fish bones. That's probably not one we will use, but this is lovely too. So, okay. And then I'd like to, I think, having trouble picking this up. So with this little guy, I definitely think this would work really well as a topper, and it would need to be backed on something. And I'm thinking even just maybe doing one of those removable toppers that are tied around with like a piece of ribbon or something, and I think that would be a nice way to close the journal. So if you have some other ideas, I'd love to hear those as well. So let me know in the comments how you think this should be added, but I think that works really well. That's a nice size for the cover too. So that's a good place to start. I think I didn't want to keep you too long today, but I just wanted to see where things stand with this one. And I think the next thing that we'll work on is the topper. I think that would be a good place to start, and then we can go back through and see about adding some more ephemera and maybe even doing some more decorating. So I know this was a short one, but thank you for joining. I hope you're doing well, and again, have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.